Shooting is probably the most important skill any basketball player can have, and while in recent years we've seen a rapid shift beyond the three-point line, today we'll be focusing specifically on the skill of shooting and putting it in the basket from any place on the court. Also, we will not be focusing on the player's ability to score overall, which would include such skills as finishing at the rim or transition. It's just shooters today, baby. Let's jump right in. Number 10. Dirk Nowitzki. The Mavs fans' favorite absolutely had to be on this list. His deadly combination of size and height, combined with the ability to shoot, had revolutionized the role which big men had played at that time on the basketball court. The number 9 draft pick of the 1998 NBA draft got his spot in the Dallas Mavericks, joining Steve Nash and Jason Kidd at that time. With humble beginnings, it wasn't until the end of the 98-99 season where he finally played a game where you could see glimpses of greatness. Just look how he shoots this three-pointer with no defense around him. And that fadeaway, juicy as a Bavarian bratwurst. And look how mobile he was. In contrast, do you guys remember the 2016 All-Star game, when everybody was laughing at how he can barely jump anymore? All obviously in a chivalrous fashion. Everybody knew how great he was. And everybody was just celebrating the end of a great career. Number 9. Mike Miller. The former Rookie of the Year and Sixth Man of the Year has some pretty impressive accolades when it comes to his NBA career. He can shoot and he's an ambitious defender. But baby, look at this legendary no-shoot three-pointer. Mike Miller has never really been a star. At best, he was a reliable second option. When you think of him, you think of a shooting specialist. And shoot, he could. He shot 46% on his field goals and an impressive 41% from the three-point range. When you put him with such team-oriented players like LeBron James, you get an extremely professional and reliable dead-eye shot, even in high-pressure situations. Just take a look at the 7 three-point shots made in a finals game. And all this looking like an overgrown son of a farmer from Texas. Number 8. JJ Redick. What can you not say about JJ Redick? Let's start with his name. Did you know that his names are actually Jonathan and Clay? Why the hell is his nickname JJ then? That's because his sisters were talking with a bit of a lisp, and Clay sounded like Jay. And voila, you got yourself a JJ. Anyway, those of you who like old school basketball, the ones who sit watching Steph or Giannis thinking, I bet they couldn't score a single point against MJ and Scottie, you probably like JJ. He's probably one of the last NBA players representing the old school era. He was kind of the middleman. His skill was already apparent in his college career during his time at Duke. In the NBA, he had only one job: score. He was simply a deadly shooter, whose favorite move was catch and shoot, but he could also create his own shot if necessary. Do you prefer his basketball career or ESPN career so far? Drop a comment down below. Number 7. Larry Bird. The Hick from French Lick is an absolute legend. There is much to be said about his ability to shoot. He could shoot from pretty much anywhere on the court, and as you can see, in any way possible. His shooting prowess is best described by the events of the 1988 three-point shooting contest. Having already won 2 previous contests, everyone pretty much knew what to expect. But how about this? Before the contest, Bird walked into the locker room, looked at all the other participants and said, I just wanted to see which one of you guys is coming up second tonight. He said it to a room full of some of the best shooters in the entire world. And of course, he went out there and won the contest. 3rd time in a row. Without taking his warm-ups off. Or he played a whole game with his left hand only, allegedly. In 1986, Celtics were finishing one of their away tours, and the last game was against Portland. Larry Bird, the legend that he is, decided that he will only use his left hand in this game. And so, in the Valentine's Day game, he finished with 47 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists. After the game, he told reporters, "I'm saving my right hand for the Lakers." We love you, Larry. Number 6. Pete Maravich. Today we have Steph Curry, but back in the day, it was Pistol Pete who was the main entertainer in the NBA. He averaged 24.2 points per game in his career, but the NBA started counting three-pointers only in his last season, in which, by the way, he made 66% from three. But he was shooting from deep his whole career. Even when he was in college, he averaged 44 points a game for LSU, kinda like the college version of Wilt Chamberlain in the NBA. It is really hard to describe Pete's playing style since there are not so many clips of him playing. And also his style was more like an art form. He was hogging the ball, but still no one could take it from him. And he was shooting from everywhere. All that while supposedly having a deformed heart. He kinda resembles Jason Williams with his style of play. Even Kobe Bryant said that he took some of his moves from Pistol Pete Maravich. Number 5. Klay Thompson. The Splash Bro is absolutely automatic. As Warriors general manager Bob Myers said, "He's like the first Terminator, the one who doesn't say anything but computes his mission in his head. The Terminator's mission is to kill John Connor. Klay's mission is to win games." Well spoken. It's best to describe his shooting ability by throwing out some of his accomplishments. He holds a record for most threes made in a game. Do you guys remember the days when Kobe made 12 threes in a game and it was considered a totally out-of-the-world type of game? Like, it will never happen again type of thing? Well, Klay made 14 threes in a game. Oh, by the way, did I mention that he did it in just 3 quarters? What the heck? I can't make so many threes over the course of full 20 games. Oh, and also he scored 37 points in a single quarter. He did not miss a shot in that quarter. And they tried to make him miss. They tried calling timeouts. Oh, and also he scored 60 points in a record-breaking 29 minutes. You guys realize that this is close to Wilt's 100-point performance? Wilt was scoring 2.08 points per game that night. Klay, 2.07 points per minute. Who knows what would have happened if Coach Kerr didn't put him out of that game so early. Number 4. Ray Allen. When you think shoot, you think Ray Allen. 18 seasons in the NBA, 2,973 three-pointers made, 2 rings, 3-point contest won, 18 times NBA All-Star, Olympic gold, and 1 iconic sports movie. He made 44% on corner threes. Extremely professional, almost obsessive-like player. Jesus Shuttlesworth had a very set game day routine, and even slightest deviation would piss him off. He would take a nap between 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. At 2:30 p.m. he would eat chicken and rice, then shave his head and be on the court at exactly 3:30 p.m. But that's exactly what you would expect from a son of a military guy, right? He was drafted in the legendary draft of 1996, but he would have to wait for big accomplishments until 2008, when he won his first ring with Boston Celtics, alongside Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. And then, the Downtown King moved to Boston's big rival at that time, the Miami Heat. But he knew what he was doing. He helped LeBron and Wade win 2 championships in a row. And who remembers this? I mean, just look at the grace, the coordination, how accurately he can judge the space around him, how automatically he goes for the just 1-2 and up. True legend. True shooting legend. Number 3. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bean Bryant. The man, the myth, the legend. Do you guys remember January 2020? If somebody would have told me on New Year's Eve that in 2020 the whole world would go on lockdown, that we will have to remain in houses, There won't be NBA, Olympic Games, everything will go online, school, shops, everything. I would be like, haha, you're funny. But if they said Kobe will pass away in a helicopter crash, I would say, hey, not funny, dude, stop playing. The Black Mamba is an absolute legend. He was drafted in 1996 and right away everyone could see that this kid is different. Even after getting drafted, instead of making a party, he said, it's not time for celebration, it's time to start training. And I don't know exactly what he did apart from being first one in and last one out for practice, but it worked. Dude's career is just filled with success. He's number 4 all-time points scored, 5-time NBA champion, 18-time NBA All-Star, MVP, 2-time scoring champ, 2-time Olympic gold. He scored 81 points in a game. He could do almost everything on the court, but the thing that we associate most with him is shooting. His relentless ability to shoot and score from anywhere on the court. Just think, how many of you still say, Kobe, after throwing that ball of paper to the bin? You just couldn't stop him. Spot up, catch and shoot, post up, pull up, everything. And fade away. Oh my God, that fade away. And you can just feel the confidence and determination to win in every play. Considered the GOAT by many, he will always be remembered for just how much he loved this game, and that he inspired others to do the same. Rest in peace, Kobe. Number 2. Steve Nash. Has there ever been a basketball player who achieved so much while having received so few advantages from Mother Nature? Nash was an absolute captain of the court. Many remember him by his spectacular no-look echolocation using passes or his 2 MVP seasons. But he is also one of the greatest shooters the league has ever seen. You just don't want to leave that guy open anywhere. Did you guys know that in the history of the league, there's only been 13 times that a player had a season of 50% on field goals, 40% on threes, and 90% on free throws? 4 of these were Nash's. And despite being 6'3", 178 pounds, he was a brawler. He gave everything he had each game. Just take a look at this. He broke his nose mid-game, started to fix it by himself like a boss, while asking refs if it's good enough to merit a foul call. What a legend. Kobe summed him up best. Is he the fastest guy? No, but he's fast enough. Is he the quickest? No, but he's quick enough. Is he the tallest? No, but he's tall enough. Number 1. Steph Curry. Absolute shooting maestro. Sniper. Baby-faced assassin. In 2015, he broke the NBA record for most threes made in a single season. He must have thought that 286 must not be enough, because the next season he made 402 and played 1 game less. Let's face it, Ray Allen had a great technique, but without a series of picks, he wouldn't be as effective. Steve Nash was similar, and because of his limitations, he couldn't really create his own shot reliably. But Curry, he doesn't need any picks. He only needs half a second to get his shot off, and he makes them 43% of the time. When he's on the court, he just takes up so much attention of the defense, which of course lets him create for his teammates. It's like Warriors coach Steve Kerr said, literally, our offensive system is built around the chaos that he creates for defenses. I've never seen a player who elicited so much of a defensive schematic response because of his ability to shoot from 30 feet and dribble around everybody. I mean, seriously, the guy single-handedly created the modern, fast-paced NBA. Back in the day, the three-point line was usually considered the last resort. He made it the bread and butter of the game. Charles Barkley once said that a team whose offense is based on distance shooting cannot win a championship. Steph Curry proved him wrong. Let's be honest, back in the day when we were watching Jordan, Kobe and Shaq, LeBron and Wade, we loved it. We loved that style too. But somewhere deep inside, everyone always thought, I wonder what would happen if I could shoot from 30 feet reliably. Well, Steph can, and it's not a big deal for him. He makes shooting look so easy. It's just unfair sometimes. Do you guys agree? Let me know in the comments section. Because now that I'm thinking about it, why didn't I put Steve Kerr on this list? Oh well, subscribe and see you next time.